Hello again. Now we are moving to the second part of Unit 2 for the intermediate level. We have this picture here. I want you to look at it and try to write down a description for this picture. Like how many people are there? What are they doing? What are they wearing? Uh, what kind of context or where are they? So after you finish writing your ideas about this picture, now I want you to listen to two people talking about who's who in the office and what are their names and what are their jobs. So take first a second to read the names like Simon, Edward, Anna, Jenny, Matthew, and Christina, and the titles: accountant, human resources manager, HR manager, managing director, personal assistant. After personal assistant, we got information technology manager, and sales director. So let's listen and try to match who's who. Okay.
Tape script 2.5. The office. Gosh, I don't know anybody. Can you help me? Who are all these people?
Well, that's Simon. He's sitting at the top of the table reading something.
He's the one with glasses wearing a jumper, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And what does he do?
He's the managing director. He's the man in charge.
The boss, in other words.
Uh-huh. He shouts a lot, but he listens as well. Then there's Edward. He's wearing a suit. He's standing up talking to Anna. Edward's the sales director. He's charming. He always has a nice word to say to everyone. Anna's standing next to him. She's drinking a coffee. She's wearing a jacket and she's got a scarf round her neck.
And Anna is the...
Anna's the accountant. Money, money, money. Very bright, very quick.
Okay. And who's that, talking on her phone?
In the white blouse and blue skirt? That's Jenny. She's the human resources manager, HR manager. She looks after all the personnel. She's a sweetheart. Everyone loves her. Then there's Matthew. He's the IT manager. He's only working here for a few months. He's from our New York office. I don't really know him very well.
He's the guy working on his laptop.
That's him, wearing a shirt, no tie. He knows everything about technology. And finally, that's Christina talking to Simon. She's his PA.
Sorry, what was that?
She's Simon's PA, personal assistant. She organises his diary, but she helps all of us, really. We couldn't cope without her. She runs the whole place, actually. She's wearing a black suit and has fabulous earrings. Very smart.
Right. I think I've got that.
All right. Just like how she's talking, it sounds like a gossip in the office. So let's first check together who's who. So we got Simon. He's the managing director. And then we got Edward, who is the sales director. And Anna is an accountant. And Jenny, she's the HR manager. And we got Matthew, he's an IT manager. And Christina, she's Simon's PA. And if you remember, PA is a personal assistant. So you can try to listen again one more time and try to write down any comments you got about each person. Like, for example, Simon shouts a lot, but he also listens as well. Now, let's try to match the job description with the current project. Okay, so I'm going to give you like 10 seconds to read it. You can stop the video and then we're going to do it together. Okay, so first, the job description, the managing director or the MD is responsible for running the whole company. So you can say currently he's discussing plans and targets on the board. Let me just choose here. Okay. Okay, so that's the MD, and he's discussing plans and targets with the board. And then number 2 is going to be the PA, the personal assistant, makes appointments and arrangements, and making bookings for a conference. Number 3, the sales director negotiates prices and contracts. Currently, he's visiting new customers in China, okay? And then runs an IT support team that will be the IT manager, and he's buying new hardware. And then we got the accountant. He's the one who's going to be in charge of budget and cash flow. And currently he or she is preparing for a financial report. And the last one, the HR manager looks after employees. Yeah, right. And currently she's recruiting new staff. That's really nice. Okay, so I want you to try to make a conversation. If you are taking this course with any of your friends, you can make a conversation together, ask and answer one another, like, what's your job and what do you do exactly? And what are you working on at the moment? Okay, and one more activity that would be great if you could do it is you can interview someone to know more about their job, and then you can write about it or speak about it with any of your friends or teachers that you are taking this course with. Let's move to another exercise. It's a very small exercise here. So we got these sentences. You're going to choose if they are right or wrong. And if they are wrong, we're going to correct them. So let me highlight it or like, okay. So we got state and activity verbs. So I am not wanting an ice cream. Is this correct? I am not wanting ice cream. No, it's not correct. You should say, I don't want an ice cream. Wanting is an activity verb, not it's a state verb. So you cannot really use ing with it. And then, are you understanding what I'm saying? Again, it's better to say, do you understand what I'm saying? And then number 3, I'm enjoying the course. It's great. This one is correct. You can use it in this way. And number 4, I'm thinking you're really nice. It's better to say here, I think you're really nice. And then number 5, what are you thinking about? That's correct. You can use it this way. Number 6, I am not believing you. You're telling lies. So it's better to say here, I don't believe you. You're telling lies. And then number 7, I am knowing you're not agreeing with me. So a better one here or a better choice here will be, I know you don't agree with me, like a state verb. And then she's having a lot of money. So you can say she has a lot of money, or she's got a lot of money, has got, like in the British way, or has a lot of money in the American way. Okay. Yes, okay, Abla Basma, we are doing very well, and we are studying so hard. All right, so let's move to the next page, okay? Let me try to zoom out to show you the page. And you can also find, okay. So here we have these statistics, and you're going to try to choose the correct form, active or passive, from these statistics about jobs and money in the UK. So I want you to stop the video as usual and try to solve them first on your own, and then we're going to check them together. Maybe I can drink some water. Yay, refreshing. Just remember to drink some water yourself. It's going to make a huge difference. Help you take a breath. All right. So I suppose you have already read, paused the video, and here we go. Nearly half of the population are involved in some form of employment. Excellent. 20% of the workforce are employed. Very good. The average worker is paid. Excellent. The average worker pays. So what's really the difference between both of these sentences? The average worker is paid 27 pounds, £1,000 a year, or sterling or dollars, whatever the country you're coming from. So here it's passive. Someone else, like the government or the company, is paying the worker. So this is a passive sentence. But if it's active, the average worker pays in tax in his or her lifetime. So this means that they are the ones who pay that money. And when you check the grammar course, we will be talking about the active versus the passive in details. And number 5, women earn on average 17% less than men for full-time work. Ah, that's very sad. Okay, 6 children are given on average £9 a week pocket money, and 7, the average household spends £70 per week on transport, and 8, 75% of British households own a car. Perfect. Way to go. Now let's go to another exercise. Again, it's like a quick revision on present, passive, and simple or continuous verbs. So stop the video and we can answer them together after you try them first on your own. Or maybe I should give it to you like a homework. What do you think? Okay. So can I help you? I'm being served. Thank you. Okay, that's very nice. Number 2, a lot of manufactured goods make in Asia. So a lot of manufactured goods are made. Okay. Number 3, why are you getting the bus? My car is being serviced. Number 4, nearly 50% of the food we buy is imported. Number 5, the banking industry in the UK is situated in London. And number 6, is service included in the bill? Number 7, the hotel is closed while the bedrooms are being modernized. And number 8, footballers are paid far too much money. Yeah, especially the, like entertainment industry is usually like paying a lot in comparison to jobs like teaching, Okay, so we have here this like this exercise. Well, I'm not gonna focus on it so we wouldn't be crying a lot. So you can just try to guess or Google what salary goes to which job. And then you are going to hear 2 people discussing the chart, and you're going to listen to part 1 and answer the questions, okay? And then we're going to listen to number 2 or part 2 and answer these questions. So let's take it part by part. First, read the questions, and then we're going to listen, revise the answers, and so on. Every time we're doing exactly the same steps to make sure that this becomes like a routine or a habit for you while you are studying. So let's listen together.
TapeScript 2.6. Who earns how much? Part 1.
Well, I reckon that doctors earn quite a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. They have a lot of responsibility and a lot of training. I'd say that doctors get about 105,000. What do you think?
Could be. Or it could be even more, 120,000.
One of those two anyway. Shall we look at the high earners first?
£750,000.
Oh, there's one higher.
Oh, is there? Oh, yeah. $1 million.
I'd say that has to be the footballer.
Yes, definitely. They do earn ridiculous amounts of money, don't they? So, what about 750,000? Who earns $750,000?
I think that's the lawyer.
As much as that? What about the senior director? Do lawyers earn more than them?
Maybe, maybe not. I suppose the lawyer could be 105,000 and the senior director 750,000. Senior director's in charge of huge companies.
Okay. Now, the pilot. Pilots earn quite a lot, don't they? They need a lot of experience. They have people's lives in their hands. I think they get, at least 100, 150.
I know what you mean, but I don't think they get as much as that.
Don't they? Oh. Anyway, there isn't 150 on this list, so...
I reckon pilots get about 65,000.
Okay, I'd say that's about right.
All right, so let's answer them together. So number one, which jobs do they discuss? Doctor, footballer, lawyer, senior director, and pilot. And the salaries they agree on, that the footballer is like 1 million and pilot is 65,000. And then number two, okay. Where are we? Okay, so we're going to complete the sentences here. They think a doctor earns either 105,000 or 120,000, and they think either lawyer or a senior director could be earning like 750,000, and they think a pilot earns about 65,000. And some of the comments that they mentioned that footballers are earn ridiculous amounts of money, and doctors earn quite a lot of money because they have a lot of responsibility and training to have. And senior directors are in charge of huge companies, and pilots earn quite a lot, and they need a lot of experience, and they have people's lives in their hands, just like doctors, right? So we're going to listen to part 2, okay, and answer these questions from 1 to 4. And here we go.
Tape script 2.7. Part 2.
Let's go on down to the bottom. What's the lowest salary?
11,000. I guess that's the nurse. They don't get paid much, nurses.
I thought they earned more than that, actually. I know they don't get much, but even so.
Then there's 12,500, and the next up is 22,500.
Oh, look. Supermarket cashier. I don't suppose they get much. 12,500, I'd say.
Okay, that seems about right. What about farmers? How much do they get?
I don't know. It depends what sort of farmer. They can earn a fortune, can't they?
I suppose so, yes. But they're always complaining that supermarkets don't pay them enough for what they produce.
I still reckon they get a decent salary. They own so much land. I bet they get 50 or 60,000.
No, I think it's much lower. I'd say 22,500.
Not so sure. Then we've got teachers. What do they earn?
I reckon they get, 32,000?
But it all depends how many years they've worked and how many qualifications they've got.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking about the average.
Don't teachers and police officers earn about the same?
Do they? I'm not so sure. I'd say that police officers get more. What have we got? 32,000, 36,000.
I think 32 for the police officer and 36 for the teacher.
Well, actually, I'd say the other way round. 36 for the police officer and 32 for the teacher. My mother's a teacher, and she doesn't earn anything like that.
What does that leave? We haven't decided about the farmer or the nurse yet.
I think the nurse gets less than the farmer. She gets the least.
Why she? Nurses can be men, you know.
True, sorry. Nurses, men and women, earn less than farmers.
Men and women.
Absolutely.
All right, that was quite a nice conversation. So let's answer them. Who do they think are the lowest earners? The nurse and the supermarket cashier. So they were even talking that nurse could be used for men and women. And number two, how much do they think farmers earn? The woman thinks 50 or 60,000, but the man thinks 20 to 500,000. And number three, do they agree about a teacher's and a police officer's salary? No, they don't. The man thinks the police officer gets more than teachers, and the woman thinks the opposite. And number four, what is the woman's final point? Is that both men and women can be nurses. Okay, so far we just finished how many pages of our unit? We just did like a huge job here. So we finished the first 2 pages that was in the last video, and then these 2 pages for this video, and also we have the vocabulary part. Don't forget it. Next time, inshallah, we're going to move to the reading part, so get ready to prepare it so you can have like a great time enjoying this reading. See you next time.